When darkness blankets the world and the body succumbs to stillness, the human mind begins its clandestine voyage. In the theater of sleep, consciousness slips free from the anchors of sensory input, crafting worlds that rival the vividness of waking life. These nocturnal escapades, filled with surreal landscapes, emotional crescendos, and encounters with the inexplicable, hint at a reality far stranger than the one we inhabit by day. To dismiss sleep as mere rest is to ignore its profound enigmas. Why does the brain generate alternate realities with such precision? What mechanisms allow us to experience time as elastic, emotions as hyperreal, and spaces as infinite, and perhaps most tantalizing? Where does consciousness truly reside when the body lies inert? The brain, that intricate labyrinth of neurons, operates in paradox during sleep. While the body repairs muscles and flushes toxins, the mind enters a state of heightened creativity. Neuroimaging studies reveal that during REM sleep, the phase dominated by dreaming, the visual and emotional centers of the brain ignite with activity rivaling wakefulness. Simultaneously, the prefrontal cortex, which governs logic and self-awareness, dims to a murmur. This imbalance creates the dream world's surreal tapestry, where gravity bends, identities shift, and narratives defy reason. Yet this raises a critical question. If sleep serves restoration, why does the brain expend energy on such elaborate fictions? Some theorists posit that dreams are not byproducts of neural maintenance, but purposeful simulations, a training ground for emotional resilience, problem solving, or even survival. Consider the recurring dream, a phenomenon as old as humanity itself. A person might repeatedly find themselves in a house with endless rooms, each chamber revealing forgotten memories or unfamiliar faces. Such dreams feel less like random firings and more like archaeological digs into the psyche. Carl Jung, the Swiss psychiatrist, interpreted these as encounters with the collective unconscious, a shared reservoir of archetypes and primal experiences. Modern researchers, however, explore neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire itself, as a possible explanation. Could recurring dreams reflect the mind's attempt to integrate fragmented memories or rehearsed responses to unresolved trauma? The answer remains elusive, but the persistence of these visions suggests they hold keys to understanding consciousness itself. Central to the mystery is dimethyltryptamine, DMT, a compound the brain secretes nightly during REM sleep. Known for its role in ayahuasca ceremonies, where it induces visions of alien geometries and sentient entities, DMT's natural presence in the pineal gland hints at a deeper purpose. Dr. Rick Strassman, a pioneering researcher, theorized that DMT acts as a spirit molecule, facilitating transcendent experiences. During sleep, this endogenous psychedelic might dissolve the boundaries of ordinary perception, allowing consciousness to wander realms unshackled by physics. This aligns with the reports of dreamers encountering guides, or entities, beings that feel autonomous and eerily intelligent. Are these hallucinations, or do they point to a collective consciousness accessible only when waking barriers dissolve? Time, too, unravels in the dream world. A fleeting moment in waking life can stretch into an epic odyssey in dreams, complete with intricate plots and emotional arcs. Neuroscientists attribute this to the thalamus, which regulates sensory input and temporal perception. During sleep, its usual pacing falters, allowing the mind to simulate extended periods in compressed timeframes. Yet some lucid dreamers, individuals who retain self-awareness in dreams, report conducting experiments to test this. One study involved participants counting to 100 in dreams, while researchers monitored their brainwaves. The results revealed that dream time aligned closely with real time, challenging assumptions of distortion. This suggests that consciousness, when untethered from the body, may interact with time as a malleable dimension, bending it to subjective experience. Sleep paralysis, a phenomenon striking 20% of the population, offers another window into the mind's hidden layers. Trapped between wakefulness and sleep, sufferers experience vivid hallucinations, shadowy figures, pressure on the chest, or voices whispering unintelligibly. These encounters, though terrifying, follow universal motifs. The Hatman of Western lore mirrors the Kanashibari of Japan and the Pisadera of Brazil, suggesting a shared biological or psychological origin. Evolutionary psychologists propose that sleep paralysis hijacks the brain's threat detection system, projecting ancestral fears of predators onto the dark. But others, like Dr. Kevin Nelson, a neurologist, argue that the hypnagogic state, where the brain toggles between consciousness and sleep, creates a mixed state where the mind perceives alternate realities. Could this be a vestigial survival mechanism, or a glitch exposing the fragile boundary between dimensions? Lucid dreaming, the art of becoming conscious within a dream, further complicates the narrative. Practitioners describe flying through star fields, conversing with dream characters, or reshaping environments with a thought. Tibetan Buddhists have long practiced dream yoga, using lucidity to explore the nature of reality and prepare for death. Scientifically, lucid dreaming correlates with increased activity in the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex, the brain region responsible for metacognition. This implies that self-awareness can persist even when sensory input ceases, a revelation that blurs the line between the physical brain and the abstract mind. For some, lucid dreams become laboratories for creativity. Artists like Salvador Dali and scientists like Nikola Tesla claim to harness dream logic for breakthroughs. If the mind can achieve such feats in sleep, what limits might it transcend in waking life? The concept of precognitive dreams, visions of future events, adds another layer of intrigue. Historical records and modern databases alike brim with accounts. A mother dreams of her child's accident hours before it occurs. A firefighter envisions a building collapse, altering their path the next day. The famous Moberly-Jourdain incident of 1901, where two scholars claim to time travel to 18th century Versailles, mirrors the uncanny realism of certain dreams. Skeptics dismiss these as confirmation bias or coincidence, but quantum theories of time suggest deeper possibilities. If particles exist in superposition across moments, could consciousness briefly access probabilities not yet realized? Physicist David Bohm's implicate order theory posits a reality where past, present, and future coexist in a multidimensional hologram. Dreams, in this view, might tap into this hologram, offering glimpses of paths not yet taken. Cultural narratives, too, shape our understanding of sleep's mysteries. The ancient Greeks built sleep temples where patients sought healing through dream incubation. Indigenous Australian cultures view dreams as the dream time, a sacred era where ancestral spirits shaped the world. In contrast, modern Western thought often reduces dreams to epiphenomena, meaningless echoes of neural static. Yet this dichotomy itself reflects a deeper tension, the clash between reductionism and mysticism. Neuroscientist Giulio Tononi's integrated information theory, IIT, attempts to bridge this gap, proposing that consciousness arises from the brain's capacity to integrate information. During sleep, Tononi argues, this integration becomes inward-focused, generating the dream's self-contained worlds. But IIT cannot explain why dreams feel so meaningful, why a dreamt conversation can heal emotional wounds, or a nightmare can haunt for decades. The forgetting of dreams, another universal experience, hints at a protective mechanism. The hippocampus, crucial for memory consolidation, operates at minimal capacity during sleep. This explains why most dreams evaporate upon waking, but it doesn't address why some linger with crystalline clarity. Freudian theory framed this as repression, the mind shielding itself from unconscious desires. Contemporary research, however, suggests that the brain prioritizes emotional significance. A dream of a deceased loved one, for instance, might imprint deeply due to its emotional weight, while a mundane dream of commuting fades. Yet the selectivity of dream recall remains puzzling. Could it be that the brain filters out experiences incompatible with waking reality, preserving only those that align with our psychological needs? The symbolism of death in dreams offers further insight. To die in a dream is to confront transformation. A person who dreams of drowning might awake with a newfound resolve to abandon a stifling job. Another who falls endlessly may realize they're clinging to outdated beliefs. This mirrors anthropologist Arnold van Gennep's theory of rites of passage, where death and rebirth symbolize transitions. Neurologically, the similarity between sleep and death is stark. Both involve sensory withdrawal, metabolic slowdown, and a detachment from the ego. Near-death experiencers often describe dreamlike visions, floating above their bodies, encountering light beings, or reviewing life events, suggesting that consciousness can persist beyond physical boundaries. If sleep is a microcosm of death, as Shakespeare's Hamlet mused, then dreams may be rehearsals for the ultimate unknown. The multiverse hypothesis injects a cosmic scale into the discussion. Physicist Hugh Everett's many worlds interpretation posits that every decision spawns parallel realities. If consciousness is non-local, a possibility explored in theories like panpsychism, could dreams be glimpses into these alternate worlds? A dream of a life never lived, complete with intimate details, might reflect a branching self in another timeline. This resonates with the Mandela effect, where collective misremembering suggests shared alternate realities. While speculative, the idea aligns with quantum entanglement, where particles influence each other across distances. If consciousness is entangled with other realities, sleep could be the bridge. Yet the most profound mystery is consciousness itself. If the brain generates awareness, why does it persist in sleep when sensory input ceases? Philosopher David Chalmers distinguishes between the easy problems of consciousness, explaining brain functions, and the hard problem, why subjective experience exists at all. Sleep, with its vivid voids and paradoxical activity, underscores this enigma. Some propose that consciousness is a fundamental property of the universe, akin to gravity, a view echoed in Vedanic philosophy, which sees the individual soul, Atman, as a spark of universal consciousness, Brahman. In this light, sleep is not an absence, but a return to source, a merging with the infinite. As dawn approaches and the mind resurfaces, the dream world dissolves, yet its echoes linger. The half-remembered face, the unresolved emotion, the haunting sense of having touched something vast. Science inches closer to unraveling these mysteries, but sleep remains a frontier as infinite as the cosmos. It challenges us to reconsider the boundaries of the self, the nature of time, and the fabric of reality. To sleep is not to escape life, but to dive deeper into its essence, where the mind, unshackled, becomes both explorer and creator. The answers lie not in dismissing dreams as illusions, but in recognizing them as fragments of a truth too vast to comprehend, yet one that whispers to us each night, urging us to wake up to the boundless possibilities within. As you read these words, your eyelids grow heavy. You dismiss the sensation. It's just fatigue. But pause. Recall the last time you awoke with a start, heart pounding, certain you'd been somewhere else, a place with skies the color of static, where voices spoke in languages you shouldn't know. You told yourself it was just a dream, yet fragments linger, the scent of a flower that doesn't exist, the chill of a hand that shouldn't be there. Science assures us sleep is safe, a biological reset button. But what if it's a sieve, a porous membrane between your fragile waking self and the countless others who share your skull? Consider the shadow figures, the ones who lean over beds in paralysis, their faces flickering between familiarity and horror. They are dismissed as hallucinations, but why do they return? Why do they seem to recognize you? You've heard the theories, quantum decoherence, DMT hallucinations, the brain's internal VR. But what if the truth is older? What if sleep is an ancestral portal, a relic of a time when humans wandered freely between worlds? Every night, you slip through unaware. You visit forests where the trees whisper your secrets, and cities where your doppelgangers live lives you'll never lead. And something follows.